Hello, everyone. We're back again for episode 4 of SatAMHedgehogs. I'm your host, Verte Elmore, and beside me is our lovely co-host,
Natalie Ruby Graves.
And once again, just like every week, in case you're just hopping in now, we're going to watch an episode of Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic Saturday Morning or SatAM or whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to talk about it. This is going to be episode 4, Sonic and the Secret Scrolls, which oddly enough has a pretty similar name to a video game.
Nothing at all, just memes.
Nothing at all, just memes.
As
it's true.
they say.
It's true, ladies and gentlemen.
Verite was cleaning their glasses while they said that, so
of course,
very quite astute.
So yeah, we're going to be watching episode 4 and then talking about it. But before that, we're going to go into this segment that we have yet to sort of officially name. But it's where I'm going to ask a question. Maybe it's trivia. Maybe it's an opinion-based thing. Today, it's trivia. And of course, if you have a question, you can send it, just DM us on Twitter at SatAMHedgehogs. That's SatAM Hedgehogs. Or SatAMHedgehogs@gmail. Just put a headliner like question
idea or something, yeah.
Something like that. And then, maybe you'll get a shout out on your favorite podcast.
Wink.
Probably not.
Please.
Anyway.
Well, see, before you go, Verite is greatly opposed to this, but I have a theme song for this segment.
Christ.
They seem really disappointed. Verite has a question for you. Verite's question.
That was pretty alright, actually. Yeah, it was the Tuna Sonic.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought you might like that.
Alright. It's not bad. I would say it's even erring on the side of good.
Ooh. Warming up to it.
So, today's question, play along at home if you want to. Sort of an obscure one. While we know Sally as the brown-haired squirrel that she is, what were her original colors?
I know she's pink. I didn't know there were pink and chartreuse.
Not quite. Now you did know about pink, which is the pretty commonly known one, and it's the one that I believe Dick was using. Is that how you pronounce it? Dick?
Deek.
All right, whatever.
They did not name their company Dick.
I think they did.
The intro at the end, it's got the kid in the bed and it like shoots through the window.
Dick. You've never seen that Vine?
Dick.
Anyway, which.
I think she appears in The Adventures of in those colors.
Is Sally Acorn in The Adventures of?
I believe she appears in like one episode.
Gotcha. I don't think she does. Now, if you saw a cartoon of her in pink, let me tell you the reason why you might have. Now, it might have been because of The Adventures of, because maybe she was in that. But she actually appears in Sonic the Hedgehog SatAM, the one we're watching, in her pink colors. And by the way, it's not pink and chartreuse. It is pink with black hair. She appears in the first episode, that's the canonically first episode in this cartoon. But to make things even more confusing, we're watching in release order, and that episode airs last in season 1. So she just suddenly changes colors, which she did already, but whatever. And to complicate matters even further, if we're talking about the comic books, while I thought that she started off pink in the comic books, she apparently started off red, but only for 1/4 of the first issue. So there were 4 stories in the first issue, and then from that issue to issue number 16, she was pink.
Gotcha. I did a quick little Google. She does appear in the event comic. She's pink with brown hair.
Gotcha. So it's sort of a weird mixture. So yeah, she's had all...
Did I say comic? I meant cartoon.
She's had all kinds of designs.
So I sort of knew the first one.
Yeah. And then, of course, she got redesigned multiple times in the Archie comics later on, but none of that was really confusion. Just that, they changed things. So yeah, we're going to be going into watch episode 4, Sonic and the Secret Scrolls, and we will see you then.
Nothing at all, just memes.
Did you hear that great music for the intro and later on in the episode, the outro as well? And we're wondering where you could listen to music by the person who made that? Well, have I got some news for you. It is done by a person named Issa, who is a great friend of the show. She made it for us, and you can check out more of her music at industrystandardaudio.bandcamp.com. And then once again, that's industrystandardaudio.bandcamp.com. Check her out. She does some really cool stuff. And like I said, friend of the show. She's great. All right, so we're back from watching episode 4, Sonic and the Secret Scrolls. What do you think of it?
This was like a complicated episode plot-wise.
Yeah, it was kind of neat.
Lot going on, and I don't know. It was very, very interesting. Sort of like different than a lot of the other ones. So far, yeah. We get to see some locations other than just the sort of Robotnik City. And Knothole. Yeah, this is like a whole new area. And yeah, there was some cool stuff in it.
Yeah, which is also neat because you get to see a little bit more Mobius.
A little bit of lore building.
Yeah, which I'm always appreciative of. So, we start the episode with Sonic running around the Great Forest, which is where Knothole is.
For no apparent reason.
He's just running. He just does that. Maybe he could be running back from a mission, but we don't really know.
We get stopped by Bunny and Tails.
Yeah.
Who were like, we got a surprise for you.
And Tails wraps the thing around Sonic's eyes.
Like a cloth?
Yeah.
It weirded me out because, like, it's supposed to be like a blindfold. But Sonic's eyes were bigger than the cloth.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about.
And they were open underneath the cloth. So just, like, pressed up against his open eye, his giant fucking cartoon eyes, and just...
Now, this show has shown that for the cartoon, his eyes are the black dots. Those are what blink when he's blinking in the show.
Oh. Huh. Interesting.
So...
Interesting.
I mean, I think the white part it's still his eye, but that's how it would be weird to animate one of those two eyes closing. Because it is two eyes. He has two eyes no matter what, if they're connected or not. But it's always kind of weird. Some 3D... Some games have, like, two eyelids, and there's just a spot where it's just a line of eyelid, and then not eyelid. In some games, if he closes one eye, it, like, connects to his muzzle. And then, yeah, some cartoons, the, like, little black dots just blink.
Sometimes he's got, like a uni-eye. Like, there's, like, a white bit, like, just above his nose.
In all official appearances, he has that.
I like how the movie did it, and they just made that, like, fur.
Yeah, that was a pretty genius way to get around that. If you're going to redesign the character already, that's a good way to do it. So, yeah, they blindfold him, and they start taking him to where they have the secret for him, and Sonic is being an impatient baby.
Being a prick.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Just being a real kind of asshole.
I hate going this slow. Like, fucking chill, dude. They have a thing for you. They're trying to do... Alright.
So yeah, they go through this brush, and they get to... they unblindfold him. And in front of him, they show him this plane that's sort of been built and ramshackled together. And all the other freedom fighters are there. Bunny, Antoine, Rotor, Tails.
Very excited that they've basically built this, like, functioning plane out of junk.
Yeah, presumably from, like, robots and stuff that they've destroyed.
And Sonic's a real prick about. Wow, that's like a real piece of shit, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Well, right before Sonic's being a little rude, they introduce that this is called the Freedom something. What is it? The Freedom
Bird, I think.
Freedom Stormer. The Freedom Stormer.
Freedom Stormer.
Yeah. Which that sounds neat.
It's cool.
It's pretty cool. You might not want to play with those. I think we can hear them. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Cut this out.
You gotta be real loud so it shows up like that.
Cool. Anyway, so the Freedom Stormer. I think that's pretty neat. And yeah, Sonic's being, like you said, a real dickhead, for no apparent reason. But he does explain himself. I mean, he was being an asshole about it, but he does explain himself a little bit. So Sally explains why they have this, and it's because she wants to go to a place called Maga, which her father, the king, told her about when she was little. And it's this place that apparently has these ancient scrolls, which can be useful.
Did they say what they do? They said they would be useful in the fight against Robotnik. I don't think they said why or how.
Yeah, I don't think they said that. But she says that you have to fly to get there, essentially, which. She says that you have to fly to get there, so they made this plane. The episode pretty quickly proves that incorrect, that you do not have to fly to get there.
Doesn't Sonic run along the ground as they fly? Okay.
Yep. It also gets to the exact same place that they land, but we'll get there in a second. And Sonic says, hey, that's not safe. One of those stealth bombers is definitely going to get you if you fly during the day. And then she's like, well, we'll fly at night. And Sonic says, well, then the Eggman or Dr. Robotnik's radars are going to pick you up. And she's like, well, we'll fly low. We're under the radars. And it's like, okay, I think Sonic's just worried. But Sonic's like, no, I'm not going to go.
Sonic is admittedly pretty bad at expressing his worry, because he's kind of a prick about it. If he would just come out and say, like, yeah, I'm a little worried about... If he would, like, honestly communicate his emotions, not to, like, psychoanalyze this fucking teenage hedgehog in a cartoon, but he's a dick.
Yeah, he's kind of an ass.
Yeah.
And she says, well, we're going to go whether you're coming or not. And then Sonic is like, fine, but I'm not going to take the plane. Which immediately disproves the point that you don't need to have a plane to get there.
Which they said 60 seconds ago.
Yeah. If that.
If that.
So we smash cut to at night, where they're getting ready to sort of push the plane down a cliff so that it can start flying. And Sonic takes the logs out from under the wheels and starts running there himself. And then immediately the plane is just falling directly towards a waterfall in the ground. And they would definitely all die. And then Rotor tries to pull up the
throttle.
The throttle.
Or no. The plane steery stick thingy.
The thing that makes you go up.
The up stick. I think that's the technical term.
Yes, the up stick. And it's locked. And they just barely, force it to go up, and then they are safe on their way there. And then we get some scenes of Antoine being very scared, because it's so very funny to see the French man scared.
Admittedly, he's pretty funny.
He is pretty funny. No, he gets some pretty genuine laughs out of me.
He's probably I'd say each episode that Antoine's been in, he's gotten like a big genuine belly laugh from us.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the one from this episode a little later, so stay tuned.
But yeah, he's very scared. Haha. French man scared.
I was a little hurt that Tails wasn't the one flying the plane.
Yeah, so
he the one fly the plane in the video game.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it wasn't hard coded yet that Tails was like, oh, he's the tech, because you have to remember, canonically in those games, that first tornado, that's Sonic's plane. It's not Tails.
But Tails is the one flying it.
Yeah, but Sonic can. If you play as Tails, Sonic is the one flying it.
Oh, interesting.
And also, the guy owns a plane, so he probably does know how to fly it.
Fair enough. You probably learn how to fly a plane before you buy a plane.
Sonic probably wouldn't, but I feel like he would learn. But it wasn't quite locked in that, like, oh yeah, Tails he's the character that does the tech stuff. Rotor is that in this.
That's a good point, yeah. And he was the one flying the plane.
Yeah. So I think it makes sense.
Fair enough.
So they finally get there, and they land, but they can't stop. They're rolling towards a cliff, and Sonic, just in the nick of time, sort of runs up and grabs the rope that was connected to the plane and like starts yanking them back. And between that and the brakes, they've just stopped right before they fall off a cliff, and they don't die. Hooray!
Yay!
Sonic is like, you want to give me a thank you, Sally? Sally is like, for what, idiot? We're in a plane. If we fell, we would have just kept flying. And Sonic hits her with well, yeah, but you wouldn't have been able to land again. And then she says, yeah, all right. And then it just immediately cuts to the next scene, if I recall.
No, because, and then Sonic, I believe, like, sort of presses her again, like, so yeah, you're gonna thank me, right? And she's like, oh, come on. And then, yeah, I believe that it cuts.
Oh, yeah. She's like, oh, come on. I do remember that.
Yeah.
So we're finally to Maga, which earlier on in the episode I thought looked like a flying island from the little thing, but no, it's just, well, it's not in the episode. It's just on the top of like a cliff.
It's some like Egypty ruins that are like, yeah, on top of a cliff.
Yeah.
Some like sort of Mayan looking ruins. Maybe Maya is sort of what they were going for with the name Maga.
Maybe.
I might just be overthinking it.
Yeah, maybe. That's quite possible. So yeah, we get there walking. They're gonna try and find the entrance to get to the scrolls, obviously, and they find something called the Arrow Stone, which apparently marks the entrance to Maga. That's a sign, guys. It's not like, it's just a sign. It has writing on it. It's shaped like an arrow. It's a sign.
The legendary Arrow Stone.
The legendary exit sign. It glows.
It's a fire exit.
like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so there's some runes or hieroglyphs on that, I think they call them. And they take, or rather, Sally takes Nicole out to sort of translate.
I really enjoyed how, like, she's got like an ankle strap on her boot for Nicole. She has to pull out because she isn't wearing any other clothing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think it's that weird.
I just I don't know, having a computer strapped to your ankle. Just think about that. An ankle holster for your computer. Imagine having that for your cell phone. Like, you're like,
I got a good case. Nicole folds up.
You talk to your friend, like, yeah, can I get your number? You're like, yeah, just 1 sec. And they fucking
reach into their shoe.
They're like, gross. They just undo a Velcro thing and pull it off their boot. Like, that'd be pretty slick, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
Weird, but
so she pulls out Nicole, and it translates the message to: we do not see things as they are, we see things as we are. And we're gonna get back to that because obviously, if you're not a child, you know that's gonna come up later in the episode.
Chekhov's riddle.
Chekhov's arrow stone, as they call it. So they keep going in. They're like, what the fuck was up with that? What does that mean? And then what's
I believe they get hit with like a strong wind. Like wind just like knocks them over.
I don't think that happens yet. I think, oh no, it's the, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been sort of a long day. No, they find a hedge that they need to get through.
Oh, right, that.
Yeah,
and Sonic's just like, I got it, and fucking bolts for it, and then Sally's like, wait, there's probably traps, and he's like,
yeah,
right.
Sally says that, yeah, Maga is like filled to the brim with traps, which Is it?
Sort of.
There was like 2 traps. And
there's some puzzles. And
that is not what a trap is. That's a puzzle.
Fair enough. Well, there was... there's one that would have, like, killed them, for sure. The, like, explosion one.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
We'll get to that later, but...
So, anyway, Sonic's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna trip any traps, because I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. And then he does that weird buzzsaw thing through the hedge, and everyone follows him through. Then they hear this, like, really scary fucking
sound. It's, like, terrifying, this would be fitting in, like, a horror movie or a horror game. This... or something.
That doesn't even do it justice. Because that's, like, cartoony.
It is inhuman and haunting, this, like, terrifying hissing noise that it makes as the bush, like, regenerates back closed.
Yeah, so it essentially just closes behind them.
And they've also already... to have that terrifying noise.
No.
Like, it could have just been leaves rustling. Like... But instead it was just this otherworldly growl from hell.
Yeah, it was really weird.
The hedge also made me think of that, like, Simpsons clip of Homer just, like, disappearing into the hedge. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's in memes.
The GIF one.
The GIF one.
We're not going to do this on this podcast. Listen. This isn't that kind of podcast.
I see no reason to argue.
Yeah, neither do I.
All right.
So let's keep talking about the episode.
Yeah, no need to talk about that GIF.
And as the showrunner, I will say that we will go on to the next subject. So, after that terrifying stuff happens, we get to, I think they find another sign. No, they hear some of that wind, which they had heard once before. And then Sally takes note that it happens every 2.10 minutes or 2.10 minutes.
Okay.
You could just say 2 minutes and 10. I guess 0.10 is not 10 seconds. I'm an idiot. Because they're only 60 seconds in a minute. But anyway. Yeah, and then as that wind gets stronger and stronger, they need to run for cover. And Sonic is like, okay, everyone sort of form a chain with me, and they run forward, and they run into a shadow, and they all turn invisible.
Well, and actually, there's like a hard line, and it looks like they're just like running past the animation cell.
Oh, that's what it looks like.
That's likely how they animated it, but it's just like a flat line, and then they just
But it is supposed to be the shadow.
It is supposed to be the shadow making them disappear.
Yeah. But it did look a little silly, I will admit. And Sonic turns around and he's like, "Where'd you guys go?"
Well, Sonic emerges from the shadow, and they're like, "Where'd you guys go?" And
could you not? So I guess it does turn them invisible. It doesn't like.
They don't like disappear into a pocket dimension or something.
Yeah.
They're just invisible.
You would think this pays off. It doesn't.
Yeah, I was thinking that later in the episode. It's just like some stuff comes up and it's like, they're probably gonna dash into that shadow and hide. Nope.
It just doesn't come up again.
It's just a neat thing.
And they're like, wow, that's weird.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how it goes, people. And then, so yeah, they keep moving forward. And they get to another inscription on a wall in front of like a big room. And once again, Sally takes out Nicole. This one translates to what one cannot achieve in learning, one will achieve in the light of day, which is another hint that is this one is almost immediately going to pay off.
Yeah.
And this one at least pays off. Once again, we'll get to that first one.
This is
the couch.
Yeah, okay. This is where she's like, we need to find the chair, and there's like a special chair that like something writes about.
There's some scenes. Well, it's just like. So the whole point is that there's trials at MAGA, and they have to go through them to get the scrolls, and that this is the first one or second one.
I think the wind was the first one.
I guess.
I don't know. Anyway.
It's a little unclear. It's a fun enough watch, like we said.
It was enjoyable. I'll say there was plot and lore and stuff. it's a little confusing to follow. We're a little tired. It's been a long day, but
yeah. So there's some scenes of them walking around, and
sorry if I just belched into the microphone.
I don't think they could have heard. Oh, they might have. Anyway, there's some scenes of them looking around, and Antoine is very tired, and he sits down.
I am tired.
He literally says, "I am tired."
I don't think he did.
No, did he?
No,
was that you saying that?
I was
this is how tired we are, folks.
I was referencing that old Flash animation. You know the one?
Nope.
The End of the World or whatever it's called. Oh wow, just different generations. There's a 7-year age gap between us.
Don't say that on the podcast. That's weird.
Is it weird?
That's like personal information that I don't want on a podcast. Sure. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, so yeah, Antoine sits down and they're talking about the chair, and Sonic is like, "Oh, what kind of chair?" And I thought that would pay off to be like, "Oh, the joke is that Antoine's sitting on the chair." No, Antoine's just sitting down.
He's just sitting down. We do cut to sort of a lazy boy. For what in the initial shot, it looks like a lazy boy, and then later we see it, and it's like a couch.
We learn that it's huge, but from a distance, it looks like a lazy boy couch, like a terracotta lazy boy couch.
It's a pretty perfect way to put it. Yeah. And it's just like sitting at
like a pile of junk.
On a pile of junk. Like, this is just a trash heap.
Yeah. And so we get like a panning shot of the room that it's in, very clearly. Hey, look, it's the chair. But then light shines on the chair, and they were like, "Oh, the hint about the light.
It's glowing.
It's fucking literally. Yeah,
like
it's emitting the light that's hitting it.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's weird. That's weird. It's like you're hovering over it in like a point and click.
It's just this isn't much of a puzzle if it's just like, ooh, which chair could it be? Is it this one? None of the other chairs that are here? Or is it this glowing thing? It's like the boss with the glowing weak point is just...
Which chair is the chair that's the answer to the puzzle? Is it this chair or this tin can?
It's a Skyrim level puzzle there.
Woof. So they're like, okay, well, what do we do with it? And Sally's like, we gotta sit on it, probably. And then they do the Simpson thing. They all Simpsons onto the couch. That is really what it looks like.
I don't know what it is.
We both pointed it out.
It conjured an imagery of The Simpsons for us, of them just sitting on the couch. But
the couch is orange, which helps.
That's probably a lot of it.
So yeah, they sit on the couch, and then like nothing is happening for a while, and then the couch just like yeets itself into the sky.
Yeah, they sit and nothing happens for a while, and
they like look bored.
I made the joke, and I'm waiting, fully expecting Sonic to say that, but like the second I said it, whoosh! It's just up into the sky and gone.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
And then it got a chuckle out of both of us. Maybe even a full blown laugh. By maybe, I mean it did.
A chortle, even.
And we find out that it has flown them in over the wall and now into the Temple of Maga. So they're like, oh, neat. So they go inside, and there are the two scrolls. I'm doing quotes. This is a podcast. I don't know why I'm doing
big giant air quotes over there because we see.
So let's describe what is shown.
So
they refer to as the two scrolls.
Sorry, guys. I got a loud, crazy cat. You good?
Just hold him for a little bit if you want.
So yeah, there's like a stone, like a table, and sitting on the table is sort of like these two like archways, I guess.
They're like little they're like N's, like lowercase N's with stuff balanced on top.
Yeah, and on one of them there appears to be like I don't know, some like child
Lincoln logs.
Lincoln logs. Yeah, I was gonna say It's just it looks like a piece of scaffolding without a fucking thing to stand on. And then on the other one, there is just an indistinguishable glowing thing.
It's glowing so brightly.
It is gold. It's like glowing gold.
We get to see it later because they just didn't put the glowing effect on it.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, it's like a brown egg with a cross on it or something.
Anyway, they're like, which of these scrolls is the one that we go after? And we're looking at each other like,
there's no scrolls here.
There's no scroll. Like, I'm really scratching my mind to be like, is that stick building
made of scrolls?
Made of scrolls? Yeah, but it's just no. It's made of sticks.
So yeah, let's explain this. This is of course another puzzle, and Sally explains that you can only approach one of them, and one of them is the right one, and one of them will cause Maga to explode. To which Antoine freaks the fuck out.
He's just sorry.
Fucking audio.
A good clip. I made sure to lean away from the microphone for that scream.
It's still clip.
Sorry, audience. There's gonna be another one of those later. Wink.
No, I have to edit this. Fucking don't.
But it's important.
Anyway. So Sally explains that one of them, and then Antoine freaks out, and then Sally explains that, it's the second thing of courage or something.
Oh yeah, there's like the 3 or 4 tenets.
The ancient degrees of awareness is what they call them.
And it's like,
one of them is intelligence, and that was the chair. One of them is spirit. Which is this one.
This thing here. And then there's what?
Courage.
Courage, yeah.
Which is the thing later. So yeah, this one is spirit.
And they're like, who's got more spirit than us? The freedom fighters.
Yeah, so their spirit is going to help them pick one of these. So very obviously they pick the one that isn't fucking gold on a platter, and it works.
I don't know about obviously. They're just like, we're the freedom fighters, so our spirit will do it. Obviously, it's that one, and they pick the one that's just a pile of sticks.
This spirit thing is confusing. It's nonsense. But I'm saying, you walk into a room, and you're told the puzzle is pick one of these 2 things, and you get to take them with you. One of them is gold, and one of them is a pile of Lincoln logs. The answer is not the gold.
Yeah, it's not the glowing one. This is like a boss fight, and there's a big glowing weak point, and hitting that just kills you. And versus just a random fucking leg is what do it. Anyway,
I wouldn't say that's a really apt analogy.
All right, fine. But they pick the bundle of Lincoln logs, and then the scrolls materialize in the little archway.
So I can't tell if they were supposed to be materializing or if they just didn't animate the scrolls in the first place, and they only animated them close up.
Let us give them the benefit of the doubt.
And say that they materialized. Did you snooze that, or?
I dismissed it.
Okay.
Let us give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they materialize, though. That begs the question of why they were like, the scrolls, but whatever.
Maybe it's a common architectural thing, the lowercase n scroll summoning Lincoln logs.
Sort of a thing the audience is not aware of, which is, that's just good.
But it makes the world feel real. There's things that the characters know that you don't.
That you don't understand. If you don't understand what's going on, that just makes it a sort of a more rich world.
It's realistic, BB.
That is world building by not telling the audience anything.
Listen, there are good ways to do that.
This is not that.
I'm not saying it is one of them, but I'm not saying that it isn't.
Anyway, they get the scrolls.
They don't blow up, and they scan them, and these scrolls are apparently a list of the 7 wonders of Mobius. And then it says that these are incredibly powerful, and they're natural. They're naturally occurring, and that in the right hands they could do a lot of good, and in the wrong hands they could do a lot of bad. So immediately, a Sonic fan would think, the Chaos Emeralds. That's not what they are.
Mm-hmm.
they're just
cool.
like 7
things,
natural things. Which, like, listen, if my Sonic fan brain really wants to talk about it, I do think it's kind of neat that there are like naturally occurring near mystical things happening in groups of 7, but I don't think they did that on purpose.
Anyway, then a door opens up and Robotnik's like, surprise, bitch.
Yeah, I'm here, and so is like 20 robots.
Yeah.
He's just here.
The door slides open and just like, ta-da! Yeah, Robotnik and Snively strut in.
Surprise party. And they're like, give us the scrolls. And Sonic and Sally are like, no. And then the robots look like they're gonna like shoot, and Robotnik's like, hey, wait. Don't. He like puts a hand up to stop them. And he's like, listen, you don't need to make it harder on yourself. And then Sonic tells Sally, in front of Robotnik, like, oh, when I start juicing it, wink, when I start juicing it, like, make a run for it. I guess Robotnik didn't hear him, but whatever. I mean, he did the hand in front of his mouth thing, so...
Oh, yeah, it can't hear me at all when I'm doing this.
Your sound levels were actually much lower.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Proving him right!
So yeah, Sonic starts like running circles around them, kicks up a bunch of dust, and Robotnik's like, okay, now you can kill him.
Kill him! And they just like...
Well, they can't catch up with him because he's the fastest thing alive.
Yeah.
And Robotnik said to shoot Sonic, not the ones running away who are not as fast as Sonic. Because whatever. And Sally and the rest of them run into like a secret tunnel, and Sonic ends up running away, if I recall. Because I know he's getting chased for a little while.
1 second, everyone.
No
need to own. You can take the time to check. Just edit this out.
Yes, so Sonic runs out of the temple, and that causes, of course, Robotnik and the robots to chase him in the opposite direction of everyone else. So we see some of that. Eggman sends out this like camera orb that we've seen in a couple other episodes.
Which, to your earlier point of they can't keep up with Sonic because he's the fastest thing alive, this camera eye keeps up with Sonic.
The camera eye is not alive.
But the SWAT bots that were shooting at him are?
No, but they're not fast.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
not everything is fast, BB.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You got me there. Anyway, Sonic fools this robot camera eye with the be like, hey, look over there! And it does.
It does do that,
It does look over there. And it's like, why is Robotnik, like... I thought his whole thing is just like, robots are superior because they're cold and unfeeling and perfect judgment.
He thinks that robots are superior because they'll listen to him.
Oh, his robots are just very stupid. Just very bad.
Yeah, a lot of his robots are kind of stupid. I mean, like Metal Sonic, who's like is like one of the big bad robots
sort of
that
near perfect killing machine.
Eggman has. Metal Sonic like notoriously turns on him. Like quite a bit, pretty often.
Didn't know that.
In a lot of media, Metal Sonic is shown to be like sometimes just as cocky as Sonic, so he just wants to beat Sonic for his own reasons. In Sonic Heroes, he's the spoiler alert. He's the main villain and locks Eggman away, and then pretends to be him to trick Sonic into trying to save the world.
Oh wow. That's devious.
Yeah, and he just does that. And then fucking E102 Gamma from Sonic Adventure. Although that was a bird.
He did put birds in those robots that made him sentient, so sort of.
And then E123 Omega. And then...
Oh boy, Robotnik's really bad at building AI for these robots.
Yeah. And then the ones that do listen to him are fucking stupid. Orbot? Qbot?
You give me your hiccups?
No, not really. So yeah, Orbot and Qbot. Those are some of the ones that listen to him, and they're fucking idiots.
Scratch and Grounder.
Although canon to a different thing. I think they come back in the Archie series, though they don't work for Eggman. They work for someone else. Although that's post Super Genesis Wave, so...
No idea what that means.
Wink.
Wink.
Anyway.
I don't understand the wink, but okay. Moving on.
We cut to Sally and Antoine and them, and they're going through a secret tunnel in which they can hear the wind again. And Antoine, I think, it's scared of that.
He's scared of most things, so...
If I recall, and he sort of...
Oh, he, stumbles around and,
he falls back onto a wall.
And then turns out that wall was a secret doorway, because it
to the way out.
Rotates out of the way.
Yeah. And, yeah, so they find their way out. And I think they meet up with Sonic. Does Sonic do something specific to get rid of the camera bot? I think he just outruns it. Because he is faster than it.
I think he zooms around, and then we get a shot from the view perspective of Snively and Robotnik, who are
looking through a iPad tablet thing.
And they're seeing what the eye is seeing, and then they're like, it's got him cornered, and then Sonic just zips it a right angle.
I thought that chase scene was where we were gonna see that shadow invisibility thing come back up.
That would have been good.
I have to guess that was in the original script, right? Who writes something like that?
That would have been a cool. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Sonic's got to lose this eye. What if he just runs?
Did we miss something? I hope so. Listen, if we don't remember this, DM us on Twitter.
Yeah, no.
Tell us, but only once.
Tweet at us.
And
no need to DM. Just tweet at us.
And if anyone else has done it, please do not. Just once. Anyway, I just want to get ahead of that in case a lot of people watch this later.
Well, see, no, the more people tweet about it, the more word of mouth we'll get. And then their followers will become our followers.
Anyway.
It's not...
Yeah, but I don't want my notifications being fucking blasted.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's multi-level marketing.
Disgusting. Anyway, Sonic and Sally and the rest of all the freedom fighters get together, and they... I don't know how they get to the conclusion. They're talking about the wind tunnel, which they have learned is the first... they're reading more of that scroll, and the first of the seven wonders is this wind tunnel that they've been hearing, and they know when it goes off. It's called the Breath of Mobius. Sorry if we didn't mention that before.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool. That sounds really neat.
That sounds really cool. And they cut, and there's not really a tunnel there. There is a hole in the ground.
I mean, that's a tunnel.
All right. Generally, when I think of tunnels, I think of horizontal, but I'm not smart enough at anything to really be the expert on that. So I'm not gonna call bullshit.
I mean, yeah, whatever. So they're like, okay, we know when this goes off, and they convince Sonic to if we lure Robotnik and Snively and the robots to this Breath of Mobius wind tunnel thing, it'll blast them all away. And Sonic's like, yeah, well, I can run faster than any wind, so yeah, I can lead them to go do that. Yeah, faster than any wind. Keep that in mind, because he meant it fucking literally.
Yes. Put a little bookmark on that. And remember, faster than wind.
So he gets that camera thing to chase him again, and it gets it to chase him to the
Breath of Mobius.
The Breath of Mobius. And, and when he gets there, he sort of hides behind some stuff and is waiting, and Eggman and Snively chase him there, and then he hops into the hole, and there's this conveniently Sonic the Hedgehog sized hole partway down.
Yeah, a little nook in the wall that he tucks himself into.
Yeah, and then he's like, "I'll come down here," and Robotnik is like, "You're wasting your time," and he's like, "Nah, you gotta come down here," and Robotnik's like, "No," And then eventually he's like, fine, send down the stealth orb, which is the little camera thing. And by the time that happens, the wind blows up and blows them all away.
Off like a mountain, doesn't
Off
it?
a mountain.
Into like a Looney Tunes deep ravine.
Yeah, well, it's just off the side of a cliff.
Yeah, just not joking when we say like off of a mountain.
It's still going. It's just this computer's having trouble running.
All right, sorry y'all. Potential technical issues there. Anyway, Robotnik's dead. Blew him off a mountain.
So I mean, we haven't gotten there yet, but later they're all like, "Oh wow, we killed Eggman. The world isn't taken over anymore.
We did it."
But Bunny like says that Eggman is Robotnik. Robotnik is dead.
Yeah, they say those words. They
holy
bring
shit
death into this cartoon.
Which I mean, yeah, I mean, if I killed, Hitler, I'd be like, shit.
I killed Hitler.
Like, what the fuck? Or I guess like Mecha Hitler. Anyway,
that's from the Wolfenstein cartoon.
That's Saturday morning. Wolfenstein's SatAM.
Yeah, Wolfenstein's, not to be confused with the Adventures of Wolfenstein.
Fuck.
The sillier one.
Fuck, that's good. And then, so Sonic is, like, I guess being blown out of that little thing that he's in.
He's like holding onto the ledge of the little nook that he's in.
He pulls out a power ring.
Which I guess just ups all his stats. Ups his grip, yeah. I guess.
And then he gets blown out of the hole.
Oh, you know what? That's probably what does it. It's remember we said put a bookmark in that Sonic can run faster than wind? Because Sonic's about to get blown off of this mountain too, but he just starts like...
running on the wind.
Running on the wind back to the hole.
Well, he runs to the ground. He doesn't go back in the hole.
He runs to the ground, yes. But he's got the ring, and the ring is the magic MacGuffin that lets him do, like, impossible running.
I knew that when we were watching the episode.
It's still
a little weird.
It's still pretty over the top to have him running on
I think that's pretty cool.
Wind. It's cool. I'll give it that.
It's cool. But I'm an adult watching a cartoon show, so I'm going to over-nitpick.
We are adults running a podcast on a children's cartoon show.
So we are going to...
We are here
to tear it apart.
And mock.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
And just absolutely disgusting. The amount of stupidity. These script right... No, I actually love this show.
Immersion obliterated. 0 out of 10. Worst episode. No, it was a pretty interesting episode.
They go back to the plane. I don't think there's anything else. They go back to the plane, and then Sonic is like, we get the comment that Bunny's like, I can't believe Robotnik is dead. They talk about that a little, and then Sonic is like, all right, yeah, we can go back under one condition. I get to fly the plane.
And here's our big laugh moment from Antoine that we mentioned earlier. He shrieks
like
in
immediately.
Terror. Yeah, no, I get to fly the plane. Ah! Have fun editing that.
I'd really prefer you not do that.
I won't do it anymore this episode.
This is so bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
The audience cannot see. Verite across from me looks very, very sad and disheartened at having to edit my shrieks. What if I went down the hallway and shrieked? Would that be better?
You could just shriek a little less loud.
Ah!
You're whispering now. Oh my god. Anyway.
I can't win. There's no winning.
Anyway, it was very funny. We both laughed a lot at that.
Yeah, I got a big belly laugh.
And then, there's a solid maybe 30 seconds of Sonic dicking around flying the plane.
Really flying like a jackass, almost killing them a lot.
And then the episode ends with you see Snively and
you see like
Robotnik
a hand come up off the cliff and
no, they come all the way back up. They have a spoken line of dialogue.
I know, but it starts. There's like that hand jets up and grabs on, and he pulls himself up. And Robotnik and his little bowling pin friend.
He is really built exactly like a bowling pin.
Yeah.
Can you believe that canonically in the Archie comics, Maria is related to that guy? She is shaped like a human being.
Like a our world human being, yeah. And Snively is shaped like a bowling pin. Folks, if you have not been watching at home, and you are not super familiar with Sonic,
Google Snively.
Google Snively Sonic or whatever you have to, and look at this like
look at this dude.
Look at this dude. this like duck bowling pin fusion.
Look at his lips. Anyway, Snively is fucking hilarious. I'm talking away from the mic because I'm a professional.
This is episode 4, so we've got it down.
Yes, it's it's mastered. We're masters of this. Anyway, that was the episode. I had a really good time with it. I think there was some cool stuff. Hopefully this wasn't too bad to listen to, us rambling through the episode.
It was a complicated one, I'll say. A lot of stuff happened.
We should probably go back to start taking some notes.
I think so, yeah. To put apart the veil a little bit, we're still experimenting with sort of the format of this. Our first episode, we both had notepads, and we didn't talk to each other during the watch, and we just took notes.
We did a little, but only like a very small amount,
like once or twice, yeah. And then on our second episode, we wanted to try like no notes, flying blind, and so we're bouncing back and forth, and yeah, I think it's probably a good idea that we start take
some at the very least,
notes, so it's not a scatterbrained mess.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, that was the episode.
It was an interesting one. The I've said it a couple times, but there's like little bits of lore and the sort of world building there. The sort of notion of, oh my god, we killed Robotnik. That's funny. Antoine Shriek, probably the funniest bit in the show so far, I would say.
It's not even really a bit.
It's just he's so terrified at the notion of Sonic piloting. He just instantly like shriek of death. Like,
I'm gonna have to get you official Antoine merch. That's not a thing.
But it will be on our shirts.
Probably not. Anyway, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
If you want to buy a SatAMHedgehogs Antoine shirt of him like shrieking or something, I don't know. Add us on Twitter. Send us a message. Talk to us.
Maybe we'll do something like
that.
We'll
try and figure it out.
Although we're about to plug something else that we're asking for money for, so maybe don't bring up the idea of t-shirts.
If you want t-shirts, add us. But if you want to do this, do that instead.
If you want Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirts, shop at Sega for now. We do not have the funds to be fucking printing t-shirts.
Gotta give the people what they want. I will do like a little MS Paint doodle of Antoine, and we will put it on a Redbubble shirt. If you want to see that, at SatAMHedgehogs at Twitter. Nope, that's not how Twitter works.
Do it again.
SatAMHedgehogs on Twitter. Messages, just talk to us on Twitter. And I'll do a stupid doodle of an Antoine shirt that you can buy. Anyway, Verite has something they want to plug. They look very, very stressed.
Yeah. There is not even close to a 100% chance that t-shirt is real. I just want to throw that out there. It might be.
They're like sweating. Just.
But it is less than 100.
Wife, please don't promise these things.
Anyway, we have a Twitter, as my wife so graciously told you, at SatAMHedgehogs. If you have questions, if you want to talk about the show, I mean, we post the questions that we talk about from the show on there. If we do anything more, we'll do that. Also, the email, it's once again, SatAMHedgehogs@gmail.com. If you have questions, if you want to show us anything, if if we did something wrong in the episode and you want to tell us, if you want to tell us how much you fucking hated the episode, that's where you do it.
If you want to talk to us for any reason at all, positive or negative, at SatAMHedgehogs on Twitter.com is probably the best way.
If you're an asshole, I won't respond to you.
Yeah, no, probably not.
I run the Twitter. I won't.
You'll get muted.
But you can be an asshole to me. I'd prefer you don't.
And yeah, the email as well. If you have question ideas, feel free to email those, because always looking for those trivia,
always looking for more
opinion.
Yep. And then also, hopefully by the time this goes up, it will be set up. If you're enjoying the show, it and anything else that we do sort of under SatAM Hedgehogs, which there might be another project maybe being worked on, maybe. We should have a Patreon. Once again, it might not be set up, but it should be just patreon.com/SatAMHedgehogs. I don't know what the rewards are yet, but hey, listen, if you like listening to us, any amount helps. That goes straight to us not dying, and
that allows you more episodes.
And that does allow you more episodes.
If we don't die, you get more of this great quality show.
And then right after us not dying, it goes straight to audio equipment, sound dampening, stuff like that.
This will make
the show better, make the show run smoother. Anything you wanted to plug?
If you like my voice and my crazy go nuts manic energy, I have a YouTube, youtube.com/radnat, where I do funny video game videos. And I actually got a new one in the works right now.
Yeah, finished up some of the skeleton of that.
I finished the script, and that's gonna go up, I'm hoping, pretty quick. So youtube.com/radnat. Give me a subscribe. Check me out. If you like this voice you're hearing right there, there's a lot of it on there
with images too.
Yeah, moving images and videos as well. It's really marvelous. The PS4 just turned on for no reason.
Anyway,
it turned off now. Oh boy, probably corrupted some stuff.
Well, it's not turning all the way off. Anyway.
Okay, our PS4 is going crazy and is haunted. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Got a juice. You didn't say it with me.
Jeez. You can't just go into it.
I'm doing a hand thing.
As we say every week,
got a juice. We won't fuck it up one of these times.
Thank you for listening.